going to go ahead and
That's a
order,
yeah,
because we
to be
do have a
honest.
quorum right now. And our meeting is going to be slightly different today. Thank you everyone for coming in person. Our first in-person meeting in, I don't know, is it 2 years?
Yeah.
Oh my God. I feel like I'm 3D all of a sudden. It's great to see all of you live and in person. So a little change to the agenda is we are not going to have the systems performance measurement presentation. We'll put, is that the one?
That is, but I wanted to add 2 things to the bottom, to the business meeting.
Oh, okay.
We have to vote in Genevieve.
All right, so we'll do additions and modifications in a second.
Oh,
I just wanted to let people know that we're going to wrap up this part of the meeting where we go over all of the important things the coalition wants to report out to the public around 9:30, so that then we can all give accolades and thanks to our outgoing executive officer. So that is why I've asked for the item systems performance measurements to be put on to the next meeting or separate meeting. Okay, so that being said, we're also not doing our regular reports out. So when you do your introductions and we go around the room, if you have a highlight about your organization, do your introduction and also give us your highlight. Okay, so I'll start with Cecil.
Did you call for public comment?
I think, isn't order and introductions first? Aren't we doing introductions now?
Oh, I see what you're saying.
Okay, so for introductions, I don't think anyone's here from Central Coast Center for Independent Living. Community Homeless Solutions. Would you like to introduce yourself and let us know if you have a highlight?
I'm Greg Baker, I'm the ED of Community Homeless Solutions. This is my second coalition meeting, my first live. It's great to see everyone's face and get to know you all and be an effective member of this great group.
Thank you, Greg. Community Human Services, no, he's here. Jay, CSC Monterey Bay.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Marina. I'm the office assistant over at Chase. This is my first meeting, so I'm excited to see about what.
Welcome, Monique. Good to see you. Dorothy's Place.
Hi everybody, I'm Jill Allen with Dorothy's Place. What's going on with Dorothy's Place? We are getting very immersed in and becoming successful at both enhanced care management and community supports through the Central California Alliance for Health. And it's a pretty exciting process. It's a little bit unnerving because nobody knows what to expect. Everybody's got the same goal, but nobody, including in the Alliance and the state of California, quite knows what this is going to take us to. But it is very exciting, and when we start achieving successes with coordinating people's health so that they can be more successful in housing, it's a real win for everybody.
Great, thanks, Jill. Housing Authority, they're here. Housing Resource Center.
Good morning, everybody. My name is Alexa Johnson. I'm the Executive Director for Housing Resource Center. Nice to see everybody in person.
Interim. Mid-Pet.
Hi, I'm Betsy Wilson. I'm the Director of Special Projects with Midtown.
Thanks, Betsy. Salvation Army.
Yes, good morning. I'm Jennifer Miller, and I'm Director of Social Services for Salvation Army.
Please sit at the table.
Sure.
Thank you. Thanks for coming. San Benito County. Sun Street Centers. Me, I'm Anna Foglia, Executive Director of Sun Street Centers. And VTC.
Hello, Kurt Shockey, and Stand Down is going on this weekend. It's for veteran homeless, get them off the street, get them in programs. That'll be happening Friday and Saturday at the Monterey County Fairgrounds.
Looking forward to participating in that. Thank you. Okay. I have Access Support Network. Associate members for 1 more month. Chispa. Downtown Streets Team. Eden Housing. Gathering for Women. YWCA.
Good morning. Michelle Van Beer, Director of Housing Services with YWCA. And my only highlight would be that we're getting a lot of calls, and our wait list unfortunately is very long, so there's a high need out there. So we're just doing our best to serve as many clients as we can.
Thank you for coming. City of Salinas and Monterey County Department of Social Services.
Good morning, Lauren Swan, Superintendent and Affiliations Manager with the Department of Social Services, and my highlight is staff. Alex Soltero here is our revenue analyst joining the team, and actually next month we'll have the opportunity to introduce one more analyst because replacing Gloria is a two-person job.
Thank you. Have a seat at the table and you can put those things up there. Good, we have two more members that will introduce themselves. Yes, please. Sophie, you want to introduce yourself?
Sure, I'm Sophie here, and I represent Interim.
And would you like to introduce yourself, Jackie?
Hi, I'm Jackie, and I represent Cherry.
Thank you. Okay, so next is public comment. Please limit your comment to 2 minutes for any item that's not on the agenda today. Anyone in the public? Yes, Wes.
Sure, I will. Wes White, Salinas, Monterey County Coalition, and just wanted to, I guess, give you a little bit of update about what's happening in Salinas train tracks. It's private property, so they don't have to post a notice to Salinas PD. It feels like they're just finding loopholes and wranglings of how to not do connecting people with services, but just drive they put everybody on the train tracks, and for like 2-3 weeks, they've just been constantly just coming up and taking their stuff. You see the city vehicle and the trailer, and so it's like, we're supposed to notice. Is that legal? And then also 3 days of a notice should be 3 business days, not just 3 days, because it's usually on a Friday and then on a Monday, and like there's no recourse. There needs to be more course correction. The draft paper position on sweeps has been updated, but like there needs to be actual emphasis and impact on like, look, we're doing one job and you're doing a different job. You're creating more mess than we can clean up. And how do we balance that? Would be like, there needs to be some authority over the service providers that are capable of doing what, and how are you going to find them again? So we just need to stop the sweeps. That's it, man. No more death in the streets. Legitimize people where they're at. You can give them 400 square feet in a tent, and that'd be enough. 20 by 20. That's not very much space, and they got to live somewhere. They're not lepers. We're not going to get contagion from them, and the more that we just openly discriminate against people, the less mindset we have for a future of any kind of society at all. So we need to take care of the least among us, otherwise what's the point in being a society?
Thank you, Wes. I noticed Judy and Georgina came in. Do you want to pull a chair up to the table and introduce yourselves real quick?
Hi everyone, Gina.
Michelle, you too.
And Michelle.
Plenty of.
Right here, we can add tables.
Thank you.
Love coming your way.
I did want to say there's a sign-in sheet that is going around, so I'll make sure everybody signs that.
Okay.
Good morning, everybody. I'm Judy Cabrera, Executive Director of CC.
Great, thank you. And Georgina, did you introduce yourself?
I did.
Okay. And someone else wants to come David. Okay.
David.
Good morning, everybody. I'm David from Jay.
Hi. And Vanessa. Okay. Any other public comments? Okay. Roxanne, modifications to the agenda. We have a few.
Yes, so the removal of the system performance measures, in which we will host a separate meeting for that. Then on the business meeting, we want to add the approval of the new executive director and also the approval of the new salary steps for the executive director.
Okay. Got it. Thank you. So next is the consent agenda for May 18th, 2022. Hopefully the board members have the agenda that's attached to our report, right, Roxanne?
Yes,
Okay.
it should be.
Are there any comments? If not, does someone move to accept it?
I move to accept the minutes as written.
Kurt,
I'll second.
Jill, any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Great. Opposed or abstained? Abstained. Thank you.
Who was that website?
Me,
It was
Sophie.
Sophie. Okay,
So it counts.
thank you.
Okay, Roxanne, the next one is for you, membership recruitment.
So thank you, everybody who has submitted your new membership as the first step that we've taken after the whole year-long process of overhauling the governance of the coalition. For those of you guys who are not currently members, we are excited to open this up for more people to join. So Genevieve and I will be working on the next steps. We will be releasing the application for more folks, and of course, we're also looking for 2 people who have lived experience to join the board. So we are asking that you guys let us know if there's any former persons who worked with you. I think that was the rules that came up. Former persons or who have experienced homelessness to join the board, because obviously lived experience can be very helpful when helping steer this gigantic ship that we have. So that's all I wanted to say about the membership.
Thank you. I'm very excited about membership and governance and all the committee work that was put in place over the last year to expand our membership, because there's been a great demand for it. So I'm grateful for all the work that the committee did. Okay, so the next one is the summit update.
So as you guys probably have saw through the last few emails, the steering committee has decided to pivot to strictly online for various reasons. CSUMB's COVID policies were anticipated to get more strict, and also we had a lot of folks who wanted to attend, but they are going to be on vacation, so we will be having people join us from Mexico and all the other places because we opened it up.
Wow.
It is on July 14th. It is going to be via Zoom only. And if you did not receive the registration, we need you to register. If you did not receive the registration, please either email me or like literally anybody on the coalition's team, and they can direct you to the registration link. It's also on our website. That's probably the, I take it back, don't email me, go to the website.
What are the hours again?
It is going to be from 9 to 1. So just a quick reminder, the intention of this was, it's like the item number 1 in the action plan for the 5-year plan to reduce homelessness. It's to really get all of the stakeholders to the table so they can learn about homelessness and what our community has done, will do, can do to make it more impactful. So, or to make services more impactful. So a lot of it is going to be geared towards elected officials, just for obvious reasons. But there will be lots of other topics in which you can definitely participate. We have a few of you who will be joining on panels, and we do think it's going to be really exciting and hopefully something that we can do annually. Kind of like a state of homelessness update to the community. That's it for that.
Okay, now what Roxanne is most afraid of. Thank you. I really think it's important for all of us to go around and share, you know, what Roxanne's efforts in the past couple of years have meant to the work we're doing to support and end homelessness. And the plan is that we're going to go in the room. I'll say a few words in gratitude. We're going to have cake and juice and goodies, and there's gifts, and we're going to have a little networking amongst ourselves for the next half hour, 45 minutes, and then we'll end the meeting, and then we'll have a board meeting from about 10:35 to 11. Okay? I'm going to go first. Why don't we go first? Well, we've been through a lot together. you know, the coalition went through so many changes and you led the way. Elliot started two years ago?
Yeah,
Was it 2
That
years
was
ago?
3 years ago.
Okay, 3 years ago, 2019, for 6 months. You were the lead staff at that time and got promoted to executive officer. And you've done just an amazing job of stewarding all kinds of amazing money that came down the pike from the state and funneling it towards projects that all of us hold near and dear to our heart. And although we haven't ended homelessness yet, I know we've made an impact for hundreds of people in the community. And those people are, you know, indebted to you because it was your leadership with all of our support, but your leadership meant a lot to all of us and keeping us on track and making sure that we met our goals. And so, you know, it's been an honor to be president last year, really, and see you grow, and hopefully you really enjoy your new position at the county. But I think you leave this organization in an incredible place, much better than where it was when you received it. And you've uplifted all of us, and we're going to move forward and do great things thanks to your foundational support. So
Thank you.
really appreciate you.
Thank you.
Well said.
I'm going to go this way.
Amazing.
I was like, either way, either way.
Well, for me, I think it's very mixed how I feel. I actually feel like our relationship will definitely grow coming into the county family. But, it's also such, our relationship with the coalition and leadership council is just so important. And, we really saw it get so much stronger when you were there. And our relationship, I think, was such an important piece of navigating all of this money that was coming down, all of the partnerships that were necessary, that the state mandated in these applications, very complicated applications, and thankful for you, and as Anna was saying, the foundation you built, the people that you brought on, the staff, have been phenomenal. And I think the way you've expanded and the people that have been selected to join this mission have just been such a benefit to our community. I've seen so many more things happen, and that's so much because of you. So, it's this, like Anna was saying, this foundational legacy. I know it will continue, and you definitely left your mark. So I can't wait to see you in a new role.
Thank you. I do want to just acknowledge that I'm wouldn't be anything without those people over there. All I did was have ideas, but they're the ones that had to take it. Nicole was around and had to deal with all of that craziness too. So I thank you for acknowledging them, because they're really the rock stars behind the scenes that make everything happen. I just get to wear the Happenses Coalition in the meetings.
I'm going to give you a break.
Alex is hi, I'm Alex.
Yeah. Well, I was just I sympathize, new position. But even just with me starting a week ago, I've heard your name so many times, which speaks to, the work that you've done, that you're already the go-to person in my mind. I just started this position. So I'm excited for you to start a new position. I'm sure we're still going to be working together in certain capacities, so congratulations. And we're here if you ever need support, or if we could be a support of you in your new position.
Oh, totally. It's happening. It's happening. Just go ahead and block that off.
Jill?
So I'm going to deviate just a little bit here for a second, because it occurs to me that this is our June meeting this year, and this is Anna's last meeting as president. And just, you can see she's really broken up. But she's passing the baton to Kurt, which I would, say for you, probably gives you a lot of confidence that things are going to be getting done right. I want to acknowledge Anna for, even before she was the president of the coalition, being very forward-thinking and nudging us pushing us, pitchforking us into the creation of a strategic plan so that the organization could be much better positioned to jump into the future and gain all the benefit of the opportunities that are coming at us. And that plan is still in work, but very much due to Anna driving it along, and that is very, very much appreciated. That's your legacy. But she's, of course, still on the executive committee, so she's still in a leadership role, but I just wanted to say thank you, Anna, for being a good president.
Yes.
Roxanne,
That's me.
you're going to hear a lot of good things about yourself. I hope you accept them with grace and use them as building blocks for the future, because we've always known that you could do this. Sometimes I'm not sure whether you knew you could do it. You do have a great team. That's the team that you put together. And I've never seen a team, frankly, this small, and it started out way smaller, but this small, actually accomplishing so much. And that speaks very well of the people that came together and saw your vision and implemented and made it all work. But the greatest thing I think that you've done in this community is establish relationships, and not just here. The state of California knows all about us right now, and they watch us all the time. They ask Roxanne for advice. We had a great meeting with HUD representatives yesterday, and it's apparent that they, so that's federal level, appreciate what's going on here as well. No good business ever gets conducted without strong relationships, and if I had any doubt in my mind when you started that you were going to be able to get in there and pitch with the big guys, I have no doubt now. So you're moving to the housing division at the county?
CAO's office.
And I am looking forward to seeing that function bloom under your leadership. No pressure?
Just a little bit of pressure.
I don't know that you would know how to operate in an environment that didn't have pressure, because you do it so well. We thank you, all of you, for being the team that put us on the map, being the team that opened our community to much better, greater resources and deep, deep relationships with the entities that count to move our unsheltered consumers forward into better health and happiness. Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, so I'm kind of nervous because I have to share my feelings in front of everybody.
Be kind.
Yes, but I just want to just thank you personally for, the friendship that we have in our working relationship. And, I let the team know yesterday, well, all of Jay, that if it wasn't for you, we wouldn't be where we are today, right? Because you helped us create this outreach team that's so awesome and so innovative, and we're like hitting all these places. And it's because of you and the vision that you have for us that came true, and I appreciate that. And you helped us to develop all these great relationships with the folks that's in this room right now, and I truly appreciate that as well. And I told you that you were going to go far, right? So the sky is the limit, and I can't wait to see you soar.
Oh. Fun fact, Jackie was trying to force me to go back to school. She made an appointment with a counselor for me and everything. So Jackie's a great advocate for CSU. Thank you.
Yes, you're welcome. I love you so much. Our team loves you so much. And your team, we always get together and have these different events and, with all the different outreach teams. And so we get along really well together. And, we love working with them. And we can't, just wait to continue that relationship. I was wondering, who's going to take your place? Who would I go to? Right? So.
No, it's a secret.
Oh, okay.
Find out at 10:35.
I'm gonna miss you at all the different meetings, but I know I will continue to work with you. And so I just can't wait. I'm gonna sit back and watch and see what you can do. I know you're gonna do great things for the community.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Girl, stop.
All right.
Great.
I'm up. So Roxanne, we've known each other for about 5 weeks now. and
Solid.
We have a long-standing relationship, and, but I've seen great things from you just in the 5 weeks. You're such a flurry of activity and communication and consensus building and even peacemaking. I've seen that and much more, and I'm very impressed at your professionalism and how much you care about all this. So it touches me the way you care. So I'm trying not to take it personally that when I showed up on the scene, you're now leaving. Thank you.
No, thank you. We'll still be working together, I'm sure.
I hope so.
Well, I'll stand.
Oh, sorry.
Get at the end of the line. Well, Roxanne, let's see, so we're not really a direct service provider, but I've worked with you a lot in my role as an officer. And I want to, thank you for your patience on the financial side. I know I was like your fiscal hawk conscience, pain in the neck, trying to make sure that we had a balanced budget, but you got it done through a few auditors and arguments, but we're in really good shape, so congratulations on that. Thank you for your patience. And then the other thing I want to say that I just observed with you is that, the work is hard, and there's a lot of rules, and there's a lot of processes, but you prioritize doing the right thing over what the process is supposed to be. And that, I think, is the key to, your success in building relationships. People know they can come to you, and you're going to focus on what's the right thing and how are we going to get there at the end of the day. And that's a great way to lead, and you've done amazing things for the organization because you come from that place of, what is the right thing and how are we going to get there.
Thank you.
Thank you. Me? Well, girl, I'm saying behalf of CC, thank you so much for all the work that you have done for the community. We started working executives that go under SSBF. When we had all those meetings with BTC and
It was VRC.
VRC at that time. So I think, you come with the HMIS, we learned a lot together. I think, throughout the last 6 years, it has been differently, especially for all the support that you have done for the disability community. I know that you and the team, now have a better understanding of what is the needs of people with disabilities. So thank you for all the support. It's not very well because we're going to still work together, not at the coalition level, but probably at that county level. And again, thank you on behalf of all the CISA staff, and I know that they back you and they love you a lot. And we have a lot of challenges, but we're still here. And overcoming all those challenges.
Yeah. Thanks, Gina, for taking my calls at like 10 o'clock at night. Matter of fact, shout out to everybody who did those 10 o'clock at night calls.
Right, Jackie was like 11 o'clock. Yeah. And Laura's like, I don't want those calls anymore.
Lauren's the biggest victim.
Sophie?
So for me, I just want to say, sometimes I feel like I'm a social worker first and like a person second. So I get really excited about all this systems work, and I working with DV clients, their cases are really complex, and I feel like navigating the homeless system, and especially from the coalition level, is super complex. And I just appreciate that you didn't shy away from any of that complexity, and you dove right into the complexity. And I feel like for me, that has helped me figure out where DV clients fit in and how we can bring resources to the table for that particular population. And there's a lot of challenges that come with that, and I'm just learning and navigating that, but I feel like you prioritize that, and I really, really appreciate that. And I just appreciate everyone in this room because, there's such a high potential for burnout in this job, and I think, the way that we've supported each other and brought different things to the forefront has been really, really helpful, so that it's kind of like we're not in this alone. Because sometimes, when we have families in need and we don't have enough beds and on, it can be hard, but I think when I see that other people are doing the same work, yes. So I just want to appreciate you and the coalition, and then obviously everyone that's a member of the coalition.
Thank you.
Thanks, Michelle.
I'm not gonna look at you because I'm a chillona, I'm a crybaby.
I literally have like, I'm like, please don't mess up my makeup, I still have no litter.
Just make it really quick. Thank you so much for your support. We both started around the same time 3 years ago. And I remember telling the previous executive director, I said, why doesn't she apply for the executive director position? And a couple of weeks later, I found out that you became the executive director, and I was very excited. I mean, I really, the first time I met you, you know, your energy was great. You know, you have really great energy, and I just want to thank you for all the support that you provided, and you know, helping us. And I know I wasn't on those late hour calls, but I knew when Gina called me and she says I was on the phone with Roxanne, and I was like, oh no, what happened this time? I'm gonna miss those calls. I'm gonna miss those calls, and I wish you luck.
Thank
We'll be
you.
talking. We'll still be working together. We'll be in touch. We'll still have that calls, but yes. Roxanne.
I know, so long.
I feel like in one way or another, we worked together for eons. So, you know, wow. It's hard to think of the coalition and not think of you. So, what I love so much about you, don't stop, don't do it. It's just your humor and your candor. And I think it's so important in this kind of work. And some days I'll admit it's the only thing I liked about HMIS. So from the Salvation Army, especially Yesenia and myself, we just wish you the best and we miss you so much.
Thank you so much.
I'm a crybaby. No, I'm a crybaby, she's crying.
So I'll piggyback off of what Jackie said. I have not known you personally for too long, but I've heard nothing but great things about you and your team, so I appreciate all the work you have done and all the work that you will do for everybody in your position. So good luck.
Thank you.
Roxanne, I think it's fitting that we're having this meeting here because you began with the coalition. So when you began, it was basically the budget it was a staff of maybe 3 people. The budget to cover payroll and food for a stray dog.
That was tough.
And now, I mean, you look, the budget this year, $6 million, and a huge, well-trained staff. So Chuck Bukowski said the measure of a person is how they walk through the fire. You took the job, then COVID hit. And a partial skill set that you perfected during this period was team building, diplomacy, financial management, partnership building, administrative management, NOFA protocols, legal requirements, and certainly anger management. So we're very proud of what you've done. You've left things in really good shape. And as for the future, again, we're very proud that Genevieve is taking over for you. She'll be very well trained through your tutelage on the group of the team. Anna, thank you for all you did. I went on vacation and came back to find I was elected president, so thank you. Jill, I look forward to working with you in the coming years. So again, we're in really good hands thanks to your vision and your efforts. Thank you.
Thank you, Kurt. I felt the same thing as I was pulling in and parking. What a trip. 6.5 years ago is when I started, and it was in this very building. So thank you for that. Thank you for kicking us out and forcing us to grow. Appreciate that.
Happy to help.
I just want to piggyback off what Kurt said, because as I drove in, I was like, oh, I haven't been here since COVID, or since you all moved out. It's been amazing to watch you grow and to see the leader that you are, and it's been amazing to see how much money and talent you've put into the coalition, and I will very miss working closely with you.
You have my personal cell phone number now.
I do.
No, okay, I'm skipping over.
You know her bye.
Oh, Roxanne, okay. When I was thinking about like there's going to be something where we're going to be talking about Roxanne, I think about 2017, going into the office with Katrina, you and Catherine, that's it. And being like, how serious are you going to be with HMIS? And I was like, pretty serious. What's your level of knowledge on databases? I mean, I've done databases. I could get my resume of databases. But just seeing how you have taken on the leadership role, I had taken on the leadership role of HRC. We both inherited bad stuff. We both inherited bad stuff, and figuring out how are we going to run our own agencies and make sure that we're fair and we're ethical and that we are doing what's right and that we are serving our community needs. And I just think about the calls. We haven't had 10 p.m. calls, holy smokes, but we have had, yeah, 6 to 7 o'clock phone calls where it's just talking about, I don't know what we're going to do. Hey, you know what, nobody else is in that position. Nobody else is up there doing it. So we're going to go out there and we're going to do our best, or trying to brainstorm ideas and, you know, how to improve our agencies in different ways. And I just really appreciated those phone calls because it made me feel like, oh, I am justified in how I feel, or she is justified in how she feels. And just want to acknowledge too that when you took on all of this stuff, you know, I always say working in nonprofit it's a personal thing, because there's a lot of time that you take away from your family, or you take away from other things that are really important. And I just want to acknowledge, you know, all the things that you sacrificed in order to help the coalition flourish and grow. To the new office space, to adding new staff, to, you know, growing and making a bigger impact in the community. And so I'm just in awe of all the stuff that you did. I run an agency, but you ran your agency that took over the COC and basically brought people back together. So I'm in awe of your work, and I know for a fact, I mean, I'll give the county maybe 30 or 60 days, and then she's going to shake some things up in there. I just have a feeling. So I look forward to seeing how you've grown in that role and how you can further help us in the community going forward in your new position. So I'm excited for you.
Thank you, Alexa. Anyone in the audience that would like to share, just stand up, and I'm sure there's people that want. Should I start at that end? Okay.
I know for myself, I got to work with Roxanne during the 100-day challenge right in the middle of COVID. So that was tough. We were on meetings twice a week sometimes. I just appreciate her attitude. Literally, I have just come into the program from San Benito County, partnering with Monterey County Big, you know, and she always made us feel that we had the same voice as Monterey County. Being down there gave us the same opportunities, the collaboration. So I know for the Youth Alliance, we appreciate you. Good luck on the next adventure.
Thank you.
Hi, Eric Johnson, Roxanne. Man, we have a great history, long history dating. Roxanne started with Community Home Solutions way back. I think I've been a board member for 12 years now, and she was there even before that. So, and she already ran the agency, you know, right from the beginning. But the neat thing about Roxanne, a couple of things, is beyond all your great accomplishments, and you know I compliment you all the time on those. But I think I know pretty well what Roxanne cooks for her kids for dinner. Most of our conversations were over her right foot sandwiches.
Also another late nighter.
But Roxanne's always been one where we can dream and vision together, which we both love to do, and think about the possibilities. So we had a lot of brainstorms about that, creative solutions around housing and everything else. But her heart is really what impresses me the most. You can't stay in this business, right, for a long time if you don't have an absolute heart for compassion for getting people taken care of and housed, even to the person. And it's not about systems, it's about the individual person. So she's a great woman of faith. We've connected with the faith community on a number of people too that have really helped them move in their journeys as well on their spiritual walks. So I appreciate that about you as well. But just thanks for your friendship. It's fun to see you continue on in this and to do a new role. Know you'll do well, but again, just appreciate our times together, brainstorming, thinking of great ways to do some new stuff together. So, thank you.
Thank you. You better not, Nicole.
All right. I have had I'm gonna cry. It's gonna happen. It was such a privilege to work under you. I remember bringing you back something from Hawaii, and on the back it said, "I am power." And Roxanne is excuse my you are power, but you use it in the right ways. And I was able to learn that, and I was able to take it with me. So I'm just gonna stop there and let's go pledge or something.
Thank you, Nicole.
Am I next? Are we going
Sure.
over?
Hi, I'm Chanel.
Hi, Chanel.
I don't think we formally met. I have heard about your accomplishments and all that you've done, whether it be with Che or with the community, and I'm just so proud of you. And it's wonderful to see other women and these kind of organizations making moves and doing things for the community. I just feel graced to be an agency and a community that serves others. And so congratulations with all that you've done and all that you will do.
Thank you, and pleasure to meet you.
Chanel is our new housing locator.
Oh, right. Yay! Hardest job ever.
Good morning, everybody. My name is Armando, and it's funny because I was working at Sun Street Centers in 2016, and my director said, "You're going to go to a training to assess unsheltered people, and we're going to try to get them housed." And because Anna wants us to, and so we're going to go over there. And it was in this very room that I came here for a training, and Roxanne was sitting at that table over there, writing stuff down over there. And so it's crazy when I think about it. So I'm probably one of the newest members of this team before Miss Genevieve here. But I didn't know what I was walking into, so I did my internship from CSUB. I just graduated from CSUB 3 weeks ago. But when I walked in there, I didn't know what to expect. You know, I hated the home app, and I hated working on that. You know, and so now I'm a CARS program coordinator. but I see the team, and you're right. I don't know who said it, but it's so small, this team, but they're doing some big things. You know, my mom was blown away. I was like, whoa, this is crazy. But I see these guys, how young they are, innovative, and they got so much stuff that we do. And I said, you know what, we need some t-shirts made. You know? But I remember Roxanne was at that table, but now I see her, and it was funny because someone just said, I know she's the boss because of her strut. She walks through the room, and she's talking, and you know, and she just points, and people do, and so, and you're right, it is powerful. But I'm just like, I'm so proud to be on this team, and humbled that, but I'm sad to see you go. And so she was my go-to CARS person at the time when I was at Sun Street. Hey Roxanne, hey Roxanne, hey Roxanne. And we were always on the phone. And so our relationship was probably just a phone relationship. But just to see where you're at this point in time, it was like, when I started working there, she was talking all these big words. And I was like, what are you getting all those words from, you know? It was cool. I mean, I was amazed. I was amazed to see where she was at. And I just see endless things for you, and so I wish you well. And I'm sad that you're leaving us, but I know we'll see each other, and so yeah, I'm just proud to be here today. And so, thank you.
Thank you. I gotta tell you guys a funny story about Armando really quick. So after the first week of him working at the coalition, I stopped him in the break room, and I was like, "Hey, how are things going?" And he was like, I thought I was the man, like I knew homelessness. And then I got here and I realized I don't know shit. So yeah, I always call the coalition the quiet storm, because you go in there and you have no idea how much is going on. But it is a storm, and they are just some real badass people who work there, for sure.
No, you don't have to.
Oh, really? Okay. I mean, thank you so much, Roxanne. Oh, no, I'm gonna cry. Say it. I mean, like, we came from the bottom, now we're here, like, straight up. Like, you've been here, and you know I wouldn't be here without you. I think that's as far as I can go. But you know, you've been my mentor throughout my whole career. You've taught me so much and I really appreciate that reciprocal relationship with you. Okay, that's it. I'll go deeper into it, but I can't because I know I'll cry. But you know I love you, and I know that you're going to do some great things in this world, and yeah, I'll just leave it at that. So I don't cry.
Good morning, everyone. Oliver. Known this young lady a handful of years, I guess you could say that. A lot of you guys don't know, she has given me a big opportunity. Very, very grateful. Very bittersweet about this. You know our personal relationship. She's like a anchor or mentor. There's nothing I can say right now that you guys haven't said. So I'm gonna keep it very short and very, very emotional for me as well. You know, so happy for you. Congratulations. But you know how I feel. I wanted a couple more years.
Roxanne, I just want to say, first of all, I'm really excited for you. Congratulations on your new role. And, you know, just thank you for everything you've done for Pablo, for Sun Street. And honestly, seeing someone that looks like me in a position like yours, that was honestly very inspiring, Roxanne. Thank you for that. And I'm going to miss your laugh, your humor, your energy. But that's so much to do. Thank you. You better not.
Roxanne, so you won my heart with your data analysis and HR. And it's funny, we are back here because it was years ago. She was sitting back there when there was just 3 of you at the coalition, and I was like, you know your data, look at you. And I said, one day you're going to run this show, and you should run this show, because I knew she knew what she was doing, and she was amazing at it, and she was like this little blooming flower, and it was coming out, so with a lot of power. Somebody said, so you've done amazing things. It's just a testament to leading all of us through so much with, you know, changing the organization, making us all better. You've made us all like do so much better, and everyone in this room, I have so much appreciation for every single person. We've all done it as a team, and you emerged as our leader, and you will continue to lead, and we will continue to be there to follow, to listen, for you to guide us. You're amazing. Thank you.
Thank you.
Everybody, I'm David. Roxanne, you gave me my foot in this door, like for this field of work, and I appreciate you so much. You've done a lot for me. You've been a role model and a mentor, and you've always been someone that I can go to no matter what. And I'm going to flip the tables on you and start calling you at 10 o'clock at night. You expecting this call.
You also have my personal cell phone.
Right. These are also for you. I don't carry around flowers all day. So.
Hi, Roxanne.
Hey, Graham.
I don't quite know how to express all my gratitude for you and what you have done. When I came in during COVID, so it was a wild ride. But I remember my first impressions of you was, wow, this is someone who really cares and really wants this work to move forward. I remember us building my desk, talking about clients at Room Key, jumping from talking to budgets and talking about individuals, and always bringing it back to who we're trying to serve. So thank you so much for helping ingrain that perspective and how we do things.
Oh, that was deep.
I'm Marisa Kobylinski of Outreach Unlimited, or IHELP. This is my second time I actually have seen Roxanne in person.
That's right.
And I just want to say thank you so much. I feel like Ghostbusters. Who are you going to call? You call Roxanne to find out if Room Key is going on, what are their grants, and I just thank you for your help, because we don't have an executive director. There's just a very small board, and we're an evening-only program. And she answers all different ones of our calls, because we all have different questions. And we hope that we can join the coalition, and I'm just been coming to these meetings as part of COVID to try to educate myself and the rest of my board on what's going on. But I just really appreciate you for taking our calls and answering our questions and helping us be part of the bigger community.
Thank you.
been sitting here trying to think what I want to say, to be honest, or pass it on up 20 minutes. It was only a mere 5 weeks ago that I came into the coalition my 3rd day. Roxanne sits me down, she's like, I'm leaving. I'm like, cool. It makes me really excited to see, and we talked about this yesterday, it makes me really excited to see that our community is moving forward by having you lead a completely new sector in the county. And I'm just so honored that you hyped me up for the position that I currently was in. And you called me and I was sitting outside my office in Santa Cruz, and you're just like, you got this. Like, and you just empower folks. That's what you do. You motivate us. And like I mentioned, I'm just really excited that your leadership is just going to continue on. It's going to grow, and we're going to be right there with you, and just in a different way. I'm excited for that next journey, and there's so much appreciation. It feels like a month of the coalition is a year and also a week at the same time. It's really weird. Yes, all of it. And I just so much love and appreciation for you. I just completely fell in love with you in a month, and I completely adore you. So thank you.
Roxanne, you are amazing, as everybody here knows. I first met you a couple years ago, and this was during the COVID pandemic when I started at Che. And,
Testing.
It was during the testing, yes, and I didn't know who you were, the service providers, or anything like that, but one thing that I think anyone could tell from you is that you could make a call to arms and everyone would show up. You're like the round table, you bring the round table together. And I know all of Che believes that and thinks that. Not everyone could be here right now, but I'm expressing the gratitude for you. We wouldn't be where we're at without you. I'm excited to see where you take this new position, and I know you're going to do great.
Wes, do you want to say anything?
Oh, I thought she was going to get up to you.
So with Shay as well, I'm really shy, so I was just kind of like, maybe not, but so I started working in this field a couple years ago, and I think with a lot of opportunities part of the agency that I had, I'm grateful, but I think in a greater space, you're like the first one to make us feel seen and heard. And I'm not gonna cry, but I do appreciate that. It was very empowering. So just seeing how you're so patient and kind and passionate and driven, but also well balanced, and how you bring everybody into the circle to want to be a part of it. Like, I think it strengthens our relationship with partnering agencies in the community because of you. And you've done so much, and you're so passionate, and there's never a no with you. There's always a solution. And you are honestly a mentoring example, even if it's not like directly, like you are seen in every space you take. And I'm thankful for the experience to have that with you, and I'm super happy for you, and I hope that you only continue to break down more barriers and do the best you can, because you're literally amazing. So thank you.
Thank you.
All right, I'll give it a shot, just for fun.
I'm also relatively new. Sure. Nice to meet you. Nice to meet you. I'm a new housing navigator. Just hearing the impact that you've had on the people who are present is super inspiring, especially as a woman, just to echo what was shared earlier. Also, I work with David, and if you had this much of an impact on him, I automatically really respect you and love you because he's awesome. So thank you. I'm excited to follow in your footsteps, hopefully, and learn from everything that you said with us. Thank you.
All right, let's see if I can be director and actor.
Right in my face?
Of course, because I'm going to jump right here too.
I love you too.
I just want to be able to have faces or whatever. Gosh, what a journey.
What a journey.
A lot of my friends don't have any kind of, faith in this kind of process and these kind of administrations, or, but it's just how it started, and then, you listened and you took those outside voices inward and tried to make it work. And, we brought the state and just kind of ran into Sacramento, and that was more than half the people. That was our first realization that like, even though there's they're not saying anything, there's like a silent majority of people that really want to do good. And it's like, well, how do you navigate through those roadblocks and everything? And this whole group has been amazing. I brag about the continuum of care, we're number one, and that's because you're receptive to it. And how can you not appreciate people who are going to do good and follow through? And I mean, and then the relationship, it's not just, working relationship, it's friendship, there's love there, and that's where that community grows. I mean, I've not felt it anywhere else, and I'll tell people Monterey County is like the cradle of civilization for a lot of reasons, and it's because the heart of the community, and this is what we keep welling up and begging for and being receptive to it. The Project Roomkey thing was amazing. Oh my God, I don't care if there's money for it or not, we're just gonna do it, we're gonna commit to it because we know it's the thing to do and they'll just pay it back. And boom, it happened. And that needs to proliferate, we've had shelter in place, so many more things, like in our jurisdictions, felt so much more like we were protected, we could go run the mop. And be like, and that's been the most successful piece of it. I'm looking forward, there's just that trust there that I don't think most places can even conceive about, let alone try to work it. And so, it should have been my job, but yeah, I know you're doing it. So thank you for everything you do and just being a part of our lives and helping to keep other people alive, saving lives, and that's what it's all about. So
Thank you, Wes. That was very kind. What Wes was referring to is when I ran into him because he was with the union and they stormed CSAC. It's like all of the counties in a meeting in Sacramento, and I ran into Wes. I was like, Wes, you're here. He's like, oh yeah, we're like getting ready.
I just wanted to say that I know you all see what Roxanne does when you communicate with her, but you don't even necessarily realize how she always puts herself first in the background. And I think we all see it working directly with her. And I know that you're switching to a new role, but you're going to continue to do really good things. So I really enjoyed working with you, and I learned a lot.
Thanks, Jim.
Wait, would you like to say something?
Oh,
no. Okay.
I don't think I've had the chance to meet her.
I know, I'm like, nice to meet you.
I guess I'll Hello, everyone. My name is Eric Sotelo. I'm a new housing navigator with CSCMB Shea. I don't really know Roxanne, but I've heard a lot of great things. And like someone else already said, just to hear the impact that you've made is inspiring. So I'm excited to continue the work that you've laid the groundwork for.
Thank you, we're glad you're here. Roxanne, before we cut the cake and enjoy, are there any final thoughts you would like to share with the rest of us?
I've been sitting here like emotional, obviously, for the past month and a half. I remember coming to the coalition and, like Kurt said, we were broke. I remember I asked Katrina for a second monitor, and I came from Catholic Charities, right? So she was like, welcome to Skid Row. We don't have money. People learn how to sacrifice, so I ended up having to buy my own things. And that was who we were back then. And we had a very, very little voice. Very little voice in the community with other stakeholders. We were here really to teach you how to do HMIS and to do the NOFO. That's what the coalition did. I'm so incredibly grateful for every single one of you guys and all of the people who are not here, because I've heard it over and over and over again. It's all about the community, and it's true. The one thing that I know for certain is that homelessness cannot go away by one agency. So it is the lowercase c of the coalition that is making all of this possible. We wouldn't be able to do anything without you all. Like, quite literally, thank you for showing up. Thank you for when I make a call, you do answer. Thank you for when I have these wild, crazy dreams of, I think we should take over Roomkey. Like, you guys said yes. Because it was really pushing who the coalition is. It was stepping out, not just 1 or 2 steps, it was a mile outside of who we had ever been. And not only did you show up, you showed out. So also, Lauren knows, because Lauren is the one who had to go back and forth with the state, like, no, those numbers are real. So aside from room key is just my baby. It'll always be my baby. I mean, like, I can just, my gosh, what made it good? Someone asked me this question, what made it good? I was like, it was Che, Cecil, Dorothy's. It was Community Homeless Solutions, Sun Street Centers, and Interim. What made us different is that everyone showed up. Everyone showed up. That's why we were successful. And if we take that energy and just keep pushing together, imagine the impact that we can have. So that's all I'm gonna leave you with, is like, first of all, the coalition makes badasses, so there's that. Shout out to Nicole, Derek, Rehab, every single person who ended up leaving and using the coalition as a launching pad to do great things. That is a real thing. Man, I have so much faith in the foundation that we built together, and I have so much faith in the new executive director, because she will be a director, and keeping that momentum going. And I know that you guys all know what to do, so I'm not worried about what's gonna happen, because you all know what to do. You've been doing it. It's gonna just like band together and keep pushing, and that's all.
Thank you, Roxanne. Okay, so we're gonna have Kate. And a little fellowship, and we're going to reconvene the board at 10:30 for some business with our voting members. Okay? Thank you.